again, movie trivia Schmoedown fans. What's up? It's me again. I'm back with yet another Schmoedown reaction. This time it's for Marie Wilson versus Sean Sullivan, the highly anticipated Star Wars match to open the season, the start of the season. Well, other than Laura Kelly versus Molly Damon, but this is... Okay, there's no way of saving myself from what I said. Let's just say it's the second Star Wars match of the season and end it with that. So, yeah. This is our first look at how one of the Dragon Con competitors was going to do in the Schmoedown versus someone who was a rookie in last season. He's got a 1-1 record, I believe, Sean Sullivan. Well, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of putting my money on the Dragon Con player, Marie Wilson, even though I have never seen her do anything Schmoedown related. I haven't seen any of her stuff in the Dragon Con stuff, but there's a lot of hype behind her, and to be honest, Sean Sullivan didn't have exactly the best matches in his debut year, in his rookie year, but I don't know, we'll see. In case I will also be participating, and I've got the black marker because, you know, it's a Star Wars. I've got green for your geekdom, red for singles, blue for teams, and black for Star Wars because I don't have one in the color that they use for the Star Wars division because you wouldn't be able to see it on the whiteboard anyway. In any case, this match starts with a cutscene that features Chandru and Laura. Unfortunately, I won't be reacting to that one because I didn't know it was going to be in the match, and Christian already put it on the Facebook group, so I already saw it. So me showing my reaction to it, it just wouldn't be authentic, in my opinion. So I'm just going to skip it. If I had known that this was in the match, I would have skipped it and just watched it during the match. But, yeah, these things are going to happen. I thought it was just, you know, something that happened not concerning the match. So that's just all I have to say. And let's start the match. Here we go. Okay. Try to skip the cutscene. Okay, now we're starting.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the movie trivia Schmoedown. What a season it's been already, and we are just in the beginning of it. I am Christian Harloff, joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Mark Ellis. Mark, Star Wars again. We started off this season with Laura Kelly and Molly Damon in that scrap just a week ago, but we are now going to see the Star Wars division start to heat up, and we see so many debuts here today. We see the debut of the championship-winning Corruption, Shannon Barney. Now, the former member of the Den, Sean the Saint Sullivan, comes in, but he faces one of the top new Star Wars rookie prospects in Marvelous Marie Wilson, who is one of the legendary Dragon Con players, a Dragon Con champion, beat Alex Damon. So this is a hyped up match. Mark, how you feeling?
Christian, doesn't it feel like these Dragon Con Star Wars trivia contests are sort of like this underground clandestine? They occurred during Prohibition when you weren't allowed to talk about Star Wars out on the streets. It's like the Comedy Cellar or the back of the Comedy Store where secrets happen and you hear mythology and legends come out of that. That is who Marvelous Marie Wilson is, but she's going up against not just a fantastic beard that is worthy of being on a poster in the mall at the Art of the Shaving Store. It's also Sean Sullivan, who's been itching and clamoring to get to the top of the Star Wars ranks for a long time now. He gets his chance today, but in his way, whew, those Dragon Con kids are no joke.
It reminds me of the Kumite, is what it reminds me of. It absolutely reminds me of the Kumite, like the Dragon Con, where you just have this. You don't remember you know what the Kumite is? You never seen Bloodsport? Come on, you know Bloodsport. You're Van Damme fan?
Is that a Chuck Norris movie?
How dare you? Anyway, I think that these players, and I know it's a territorial thing when you have Sean Sullivan, by the way, and Shannon have both been screaming on Twitter and yelling on the YouTube shows on Let's Get Ready and all these other shows about how the Dragon Con is one thing, the Schmoedown is another thing. I think they are nuts for not giving the Dragon Con players. Well, you don't ask all the stuff in in Schmoedown, so that's something else. They have to know everything. Yeah, they have to know everything. They have to know novels. They have to know video games. Now you're telling these Dragon Con players, no, all you need to know is just the movies. I'm sure that gives them a Kool-Aid smile. It would for me. So I don't know about this stuff that all these other players are saying about the Dragon Con players. I think these players are for real.
Yeah, Christian, that Dragon Con, it takes place every year in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you can make it on Peachtree Avenue, you can make it anywhere, as the CNN building and the Coca-Cola buildings on those very streets include. Now, look, if we break down this match, and really what we've had in the Schmoedown so far, we started out in a great Star Wars match, then we had an epic Inner Geekdom contest, we stayed in Inner Geekdom, and now we're back to Star Wars. This is the nerdiest first week in history of the Schmoedown, and I cannot get enough of it. I am so excited about this matchup today.
Yeah, and it also shows Sam Levine yesterday. Both Sam and Kaiser are coming off of wins. Granted, Kaiser lost his first one, but he's coming off of a big win with that 7 points. They were both in the cellar last year. So Sam didn't have a good or a Star Wars presence last year. He didn't have an Inner Geekdom presence. He had that presence yesterday with Amaru Moses, and now he's very excited, as the rest of the league is excited, to see what Marvelous Marie can do here. But as you said, Sean and Corruption. This is a good place for Sean. As much as I don't like to give Shannon Barney credit, this is a good place for him, because he's got an attitude. He's got that kind of like, I'm better than everybody else. What's going on? And that is perfect for Corruption. Corruption feels like they're better than everyone else. Corruption puts their nose up at everyone else. So this is the right home. Does it work for the Saint? We're going to find out in just a few.
It's going to be great. Does it put extra pressure on the Saint? Because we saw Laura Kelly and what she did when she was lights out, and she really she was wearing a Corruption shirt, for crying out loud. Does this put extra pressure on Sullivan's shoulders to represent Star Warsness in Corruption? We're going to see how these folks handle pressure. They've done so thus far in a variety of formats to get to this point. Here they are under the white-hot spotlight of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Season 8, it's war. And, of course, when we have a Schmoedown, you can expect very amateur announcing from Christian and I, and a very professional promo from our own Nerd Chronic. Here we go.
This is my drawing for today. It's a Marvelous Star and a Saint.
You hear about 10 voices crying out in glee as they have now won. Corruption are the champions.
Hey, Shannon.
Alexa, play We Are the Champions.
Nice. Nice clap.
And I think this man's going to appreciate coming to our home in Corruption. Sullivan! Get your ass to Corruption.
I got written off. I got overlooked because guess what? I missed 2 questions in a match against everyone's favorite, Laura Kelly. This season I decided, if you can't beat him, join him.
You guys let proven talent slip because you and your BS syndrome got in the way of your reason.
Alex Damon is the greatest Star Wars player. No one's ever gonna beat him. I know somebody who's beaten Alex Damon.
I want people to go, well, obviously this whole Dragon Con lady is gonna win. She won this year.
Marie is correct. It is Goji. Congratulations, Marie.
Hey Schmoedown, Marie Wilson here. I've been preparing for this for years, and nothing's going to stop me now.
She beat Alex in Star Wars Dragon Con. They don't mess around there either.
Down to the end that you beat not only Alex Damon, but you beat Thomas Harper.
I'm about to show you just how intense Dragon Con Star Wars trivia really is, and what you're in for with us joining the fray.
He's getting paired up against this Dragon Con woman, Marie E. Wilson, and Sean's not very happy about it. And to be honest with you, neither am I. He's a good man, and he deserves better.
There are other very good Star Wars players out there, but I don't want someone who maybe did it a few years ago, got lucky, or whatever. I'm taking the person, there's still blood in the water.
One match in Dragon Con, and you crown her champion. Okay, great. This seems like a legitimate trivia league. Who cares?
He beat Adam Witt, and he came this close to Laura Kelly. This close. And he's only gotten better since then, so we'll be in the corner preparing to win. Because Sean deserves it.
You're a stepping stone to the ultimate prize. And I can't wait to leap over you and be that much closer to Alex
love her
Davis
earrings.
on the other side. Are you ready, Schmoedown?
You think that I'm gonna lose to any of these Dragon Con players? What do I got on my shelf? A bunch of shit about dragons. And in all those stories, the hero slays the dragon. That's what you're getting this year. Why am I looking at my face so big? I don't like that.
I love her earrings. They were the Emperor's Lego.
And that's what it is. Mark, before that promo was shown,
That was
you
great.
asked, is there going to be pressure on Sean Sullivan? I think his mouth has put the pressure on him. I think him talking as much as he's been talking about how the Dragon Con players are overhyped and overrated, and and he's been referring to himself, which I think is hysterical, as a pro.
You know, in Pokemon,
or
for a lot of
I should say,
years,
he is a
it
pro,
took a
but as a
dragon
vet,
to defeat a
which
dragon.
this is his second league, so second time in the league. So this is something where I think the pressure is a little bit more off of Marie and more on Sean, as you were saying. But either way, man, this is going to be a battle. I'm looking forward to it, because if you go back and you look at that win, because Sean Sullivan's 1-1. He lost against Laura Kelly, obviously, in the tournament, but he had a big win against Adam Witt. It was a great match, and he looked strong in that. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Are you ready to go?
What year was Empire Strikes Back released? 1980, right? That was the only Star Wars question you and I got right last week, so I look forward to learning. Let's get it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the usual suspects, making her Schmoedown debut. This is Marvelous Marie Wilson. Marvelous Marie Wilson is here. Marie, we know that this has been very, I'm sure, maybe overwhelming, exciting, crazy with all the draft stuff, and then making it here. Can you tell me a little bit of what like the off season was like, getting drafted, and then, oh, I'm in this league, and who is this person who keeps harassing me on Twitter that calls himself a saint?
I think he needs to change his nickname.
Well, getting started before the draft, just preparing. I started getting into rewatching the movies and studying up and kind of getting in that headspace of competing again, even before the draft. And then after the draft, it was just full on, do everything I can, really treat this seriously, take this seriously. And yeah, I know that I can do this. I know what's in my head, so I'm ready.
Yeah, Marie, you talk about those Dragon Con experiences, and so I guess what I'm asking is the reverse of the stage fright question. We know that you can do it in front of hundreds, maybe thousands of people watching, but can you do it when it's just you chilling in your place via a computer? Can you do it in the virtual world?
Well, I did it in 2020, so I know I can do it again.
That's right. Marie famously winning that Dragon Con again virtually and beating one Alex Damon. So, Marie, look, congratulations. We're very excited to have you in the league, and we look forward to seeing what you're about to do.
Alex can bleed, apparently.
And her opponent, representing Corruption, with a record of one win, one defeat in the Star Wars division. He is Sean the Saint Sullivan. Sean the Saint Sullivan. Sean, talk to me, man. You've been with Corruption for just a couple months now, and it seems like you fit in there like a glove. What is it? Why? And do you think you've been going a little too strong on these Dragon Con players?
Look, Christian, I don't think I've been going too strong on anyone. I'm sure they're going to be great. I'm sure they're going to perform well. But when it comes down to it, we've got a league that's been going here for a long time. I've been watching this stuff for a long time. I've been playing for a year. I know what I'm doing. I know what to expect coming to these matches. I know you're going to mispronounce something. Mark Ellis is going to make a joke out of it, and I'm going to get the question right. That's all that matters.
You're looking to get your last match is what you're looking to get.
Christian. That was a pretty accurate summation of every match that's ever happened in the history of this Schmoedown.
I didn't say he was wrong. I just said he's not looking to get his last match.
Suit up, Sully. Let me ask you this: as you take a sip of your what I'm sure is pomegranate juice, when you look at your role in corruption, and we saw what Lights Out Laura Kelly did with a last-minute win over Molly Damon last week, does it heap extra pressure upon your shoulders to be the Star Wars presence in corruption?
Well, I mean, I'm not the only Star Wars presence, but as far as last week's match went, I went perfect watching along. You know, all of Corruption, we did a watch along with it. We're all watching it together. I went perfect in that match. That's all that matters. I know Laura's great. You know, I'd love to have Laura back on the faction as much as everyone else.
My money on the other
but when it comes down to it, it's my turn to show what I have. And, you know, being surrounded by winners like Corruption, as opposed to whatever the hell Kate was running last year, you know, this is a much better fit.
Shots.
All right, well, thank you to Sam Sullivan, and now we bring in Marie. All right, ready, Mark? What are the rules of round number one?
Yes, sir. Okay, so here's the rules of round number one. It's going to work like a normal Schmoedown Star Wars match that we've ever had before. We have 10 questions in round number one. Each question is worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number one. There isn't. You get about 15 seconds. As soon as you hear the question, try to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal it, please show what you wrote to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize it into your microphone. I'll remind each competitor, throughout the duration of the 3-round match, you have 3 usages of the JTE rule, who I believe is related to low gray. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself another 15 seconds, use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge that you can use at any time. You may issue the challenge as the competitor. We'll bring your manager in. They'll confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place. Christian, I see nothing but focus.
Focus.
I see a beard. I see some lights flashing, and Marie. I feel like they're both in a spaceship. Am I wrong here?
No, it absolutely does. And you can tell that both of these competitors know what competition is, and we're ready to get going. So we start with Sean. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Marie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Round number one, question number one. First, in the realm of Revenge of the Sith.
My favorite
What
Star
system
Wars movie.
does Sidious have the Separatist leaders move to under the guise of protection?
You know, Christian, when they're this focused coming out of the gate, it almost puts more pressure on us because I think they're going to get a lot right. We just have to not mess up.
We'll find out in a second.
Pressure's on you then.
Probably not. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Sam.
Mustafar.
Sam, I did it again. Sean.
Yep.
Mustafar.
Yes, that time I didn't do it on purpose. And Marie.
Mustafar.
All right, 1-1.
The Mustafar
Here is the next
system.
question.
Was that the announcer curse that I set you up for air there? I'm sorry, bud.
No, I did it the first time I did it on purpose. Second time I legit did it. But you know what? I don't have no regrets.
Your next
I regret
question.
nothing.
In 2015, the Force set an alarm and then woke up in a movie called The Force Awakens. And your question for a point. What
So far,
vehicle
Sean is
does
right.
Rey hope to use to escape the First Order on Jakku?
Why?
God, remember being at that premiere?
No.
One of the best memories of my life.
Oh,
really, my whole life.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. All right, Marie.
A skyhopper?
Quad jumper.
That's it.
Quad jumper.
Thank you so much, Sean. All right.
Skyhopper was from the Clone
And
Wars.
here's question number
Okay.
3. Question
Was
number
that
3.
a worthy guess?
It's from the Clone Wars.
Speaking of which,
Who voices the character of Palpatine in 2008, the Clone Wars movie?
Tell you what, man. One of the things I remember the most about that premiere, the short rib beef they had afterwards.
Is that the one? Oh, yeah, it was good. It's delicious.
Oh, chowing that down next to Harry Ford.
5,
I call him Harry.
4, 3, 2,
I know I'm wrong, but
Hands
I'm
down,
going to
please,
answer it
and
anyways.
Ian Abercrombie?
Ian
Yes, Marie.
McDermott. Okay.
Ian Abercrombie.
Tie game still.
I
Both
had
players
Ian.
looking to
I
scrap
was
here as we
looking at
get
the
to
wrong
our
one.
fourth question.
So only people named Ian can apparently
That's
play
it.
the game.
That's it.
All right. Here's your next
Well,
question.
he's
It
also
takes
voiced by a
place in
Sam
the world
at
of the
some point.
Phantom Menace. And it is, in the Phantom Menace, who says, I pray you will bring back compassion and sanity to the Senate. Could probably use those in this planet's Senate, Christian.
I like what they're doing here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Hands up. And we start with Marie.
Padme Amidala.
Padme Amidala.
Yes, Sean.
Padme?
Wow, they both got it. Wow, they both were stumped for a second. I had to think about it, but they both got it. So we get to question number 5, almost halfway through here in round number 1. Solo, a Star Wars story is the topic.
Solo.
What is the name of the Wookiee that Chewbacca saves on Kessel, who in turn helps him load the coaxium onto the Falcon?
It's coaxium, but
And here's Mark packing his briefcase, saying thank you. I tried.
Oh, you were gone. Come on, you were gone a long time ago.
I got the first one.
Congratulations. 5,
I got nothing.
4,
I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Not even a
Pens
guess.
down. And Sean.
Sagwa?
Correct. Marie.
Sagwa.
Yes. All right.
I
5,
rewatched that
5.
movie at some point.
5, 5. All right. Here we go, Mark. Next question.
5, 5, 5.
Deep Wookiee cut there. We move on to the greatest Star Wars film of all time, Return of the Jedi. And the question is, after Luke cremates Vader, what is the first planet shown to be celebrating the fall of the Empire after the Battle of Endor?
This is a good question. And
Yes, it is.
This is a tough one.
I consider it a win for us and the writers when they have to think for a second before they start writing.
5, 4, 3.
Can I get a JT?
Repeat the question.
Yep. Oh, there's Sean
That
got
was-
it in first.
Sean got it in first. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
In the world of Return of the Jedi, the great film, after Luke cremates Vader, what is the first planet shown to be celebrating the fall of the Empire after the Battle of Endor?
I'm 85%
And Christian, I guess in this
confident my
reality,
answer.
Yubnub is no more.
Yes, finally.
4 and
I
out.
hate that stupid song.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Marie.
Coruscant.
It's incorrect. Sean?
Naboo?
Also incorrect. Mark?
Looking for Roka. You want to?
Yes! I got it!
Bestman does it again. Bestman seems to be the curse of all
I knew
competitors in
Bestman!
the movie trivia.
I
Schmoedown.
knew Bestman!
But both
Sorry,
missed. So
John. I'm sorry. It was right there. I had to take the
we
shot.
still see ourselves tied at 5-5. Nobody striking first blood.
I
yet.
got
All right,
Bestman
here's the
right.
next question. In The Rise of Skywalker, what surname does Rey adopt at the end of the film?
Seriously?
You ever wake up in the morning, Christian, just think,
Oh.
I have a planet in Star Wars named after me?
Yeah, they're gonna blow it up soon. They'll blow it up soon.
Eventually, yeah.
5, 4. I would. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And Sean.
Rey Skywalker.
Skywalker?
Yes. And Marie.
Skywalker.
Correct. All right. So we still 6-6. Still a great fight here in round number 1 as we get to the next question. Mark, number 8.
Yes, it is. That is in Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the
And your
Clowns.
question about episode 2. Obi-Wan says he hasn't felt Anakin this tense since falling into a nest of what?
We have, the manager of the suspects here, Sam Levine, in the chat here saying it's spelled Bespin, but it's pronounced Lita Headey. That's really a nice throwback to old school Schmoedowns fans. 5.
It's called
4,
a private
3,
chat for a
2,
reason.
1. Pens down, please. And we start with Marie.
Gun darts.
Gun darts.
I was
Yes,
gonna say
Sean.
nasty, but
Gun darts.
didn't
What a
have time
fight.
for it.
What a fight so far. 7-7. An impressive showing so far by
Haven't
rookie
seen
Marie
you this
Wilson,
tense since
and
you fell into
equally
those
as
nasty gun
impressive
darts.
from sophomore Sean Sullivan. All right, here's the next one. Here's the next one. Last Jedi. What is Kylo's response to Rey when she calls him a monster? We are looking for the quote.
Can I make a suggestion? I think Star Wars Land at Disneyland should have a Gundark thing where you get to see if you can pull the ears off of it.
Yeah, I think that should have been done a long time ago. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. Pens down, hands up. And we start with Sean.
I don't have it.
Marie?
I am a monster.
Looking for yes, I am. Yes, I am. Is what we are
That's
looking
a
for.
good
Yes,
quick
I
question
am.
there.
So both missed that too. Marie getting close. And we now see 7-7 as we get to the final question in round number 1.
Apparently,
Couldn't
Kylo
get-
was in an
I had-
early 90s Bud Light
Do I look
commercial.
like a monster
Your next
from
question,
Ant-Man on my
last
brain?
one in round number
I couldn't
1, is in the
shake
world
it.
of A New Hope, the one that started it all. And here we go. Princess Leia says to Darth Vader she's on a diplomatic mission to what planet after the Empire boards her ship at the beginning of the film?
I gotta tell you, I do this often. I gotta do it again. The writers have been doing a great job so far, and this is great stuff right now so far. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, and we start with Marie.
Alderaan?
Alderaan.
Yes, Sean.
Yes!
Alderaan.
And the game is tied still,
Whoa.
8-8. What a start to round number 1. Marie Wilson showing she is for real, and so is Sean Sullivan, as we have a start here of
6,
8-8.
better than the Inagikam one.
And they both missed the same questions, which is also very interesting. All right, Mark, round
And
number
I got
2.
those
The
questions.
wheel round's about to begin. How's it go? Hello, Schmoedown. Hope everybody...
No Minox chewing on their power cable so far, Christian. Round number 2 is the wheel round. Each competitor gets a spin at that wheel. Sorry, we didn't bring one to your place. It's going to be a virtual spin. Once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 5 questions from that world. Each question's worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. That's a useful tool in round number 2 because stealing wasn't available in round number 1. It is available in round 2 and only round 2. So make sure you get that correct answer or use one of your JTE rules to get it from the back of your head to the front of your head. Christian, because it is tied, but really suit up Sully. He's not experiencing a sophomore slump. He's more of a veteran in the Schmoedown currently than Marvelous Marie is. So Sully is going to have the choice whether he wants to spin first or defer to his opponent.
I'm going to go ahead and defer.
Okay, you're going to defer, so we're going to drop Sean out. All right, Sam, you got 60 seconds to talk to your competitor starting now.
I am so proud of you, Marie. That was amazing. Those 2 questions were so hard. I could see the writers grinning, patting themselves on the back. We did it. We stumped our Star Wars nerds. But they were so hard that nobody got them. The writers didn't even get them.
I got one of
so
them.
shake those off. You're doing great. This is right where we want to be in the match right now. Remember, you have all three of your repeat the questions left. Use them if you need them. This is great. You're crushing it. You are proving to anyone who was unsure, oh, what's up with Marie? Oh, she belongs here. That's right. So you're doing great. I'm so proud of you. You're representing the suspects like a boss. You ready to do this?
Ready to do this.
All right.
All right, so let's get that wheel up there. Here it is, and here is the spin. So, of course, if it lands on something Marie doesn't like, she can spin again, unless it lands on opponent's choice, of course.
Round and round it goes.
And we find ourselves on Return of the
Return
Jedi.
of the
Ellis's
Jedi.
favorite movie.
60 seconds.
How you feeling, Marie?
I
know we talked this out, so...
Yeah. Although that one, I feel pretty good about.
I feel good about it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
you
yeah.
stick with it.
Let's do this.
All right,
Okay,
so Marie,
we're going to do
Marie's-
it. Mark Ellis, so happy right now.
Here we go. All right, Marie, you're going to get 5 questions in the realm of Return of the Jedi. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go. 5 questions. Displeased with their lack of progress, who personally oversaw the final stages of the construction of the second Death Star?
Vader and the Emperor?
I'm gonna go with Darth Vader.
Was incorrect. So Sean, for the steal here, displeased with their lack of progress, who personally oversaw the final stages of the construction of the second Death Star?
The Emperor.
That would be Sheev Palpatine.
Palpatine is correct for 2 points. All right, so there's a steal there by Sean. And now, Marie, here's your second question, Return of the Jedi. What is the name of the supervisor droid that C-3PO and R2-D2 are brought before in Jabba's palace?
I used to know this.
EB-99.
Yes.
That is correct. 2 points.
I used to. I memorized it.
Needed that.
So I remember
here we go.
I lost it.
What did Han Solo call Jabba as the group are about to be thrown into the Sarlacc?
Slimy piece of worm-ridden filth.
That is absolutely correct. 2 more points.
Those Han Solo quotes are hard to remember.
All right, here's your next one. What, according to Luke Skywalker, was the Emperor's weakness?
Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours.
His overconfidence.
Correct. All right, 2 more points for Marie. She's got 1 more left, and here you go. How does Leia describe her memory of her mother after saying she was beautiful? We're looking for the quote here.
And
Kind,
very sad.
but sad.
2 more points for Marie. She got 1 stumble up top, but
Yeah, I'm not
comes
gonna give
right
myself a
back
point because
as
it
we
wasn't
see
the
ourselves
exact
now.
quote.
Wilson
It was half the
16,
quote.
Sullivan 10.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, buddy. Damn,
All right,
you
Shan-
look good.
Shannon, you got 60 seconds here to talk to Sean starting now.
Yes, thank you so much. Excellent first round, my friend. Excellent, amazing, huge, necessary steal. Well done. You are on the right track. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I feel like
Yeah.
take on the whole empire myself.
Why don't we do that? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That was a
All right,
quote by
here's
Dak.
here is
What?
the-
Luke
I think so.
Skywalker's
Here's
co-gunner
Spin.
in
Spin is in.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Same thing here
On the
for
snowspeeder,
Sean.
on
is
Hoth.
that
I can
he's
go on,
going to take.
please. Somebody
He can
stop
spin
me.
again if he doesn't like what he likes, or he's got to take it if he gets opponent's choice. Here we go.
And if you call him Sam one more time, I'm going to burn your garage down, Christian.
No
The
problem.
Force
All right, so now we
Awakens.
have The Force Awakens. So you guys had 60 seconds to decide, starting now.
Gone in 60 seconds.
How you feeling about this?
I mean, anything on the wheel is pretty much the same. Are there categories I like better? Sure. Marie already took my favorite category. Sorry, Mark.
Oh, good. No, that's all good.
She sucks. Well, I mean, look, if you want to spin again, if there's something else you feel better about, just be aware that opponent's choice is still on the board regardless. So, but like you said, it's all the same. What do you want to do? Is your gut saying you want to stick with this, or is your gut telling you to spin again?
I think my gut's telling me to spin again. Let's go ahead and spin again.
Let's do that.
All right, so now whatever Sean gets here, we'll have to deal with Shannon for another 60 seconds, and here
You
we
have
go.
to deal with me for a long season, Christian. We're just getting
know.
started.
No, I know, my phone.
I'm just here to watch.
Can't block the number yet. All right, here we go. So
Hey,
Attack of the Clones.
That's right. That is episode
It's an
2
older
for everyone
movie,
keeping
more
score
chance to
at
see it.
home. Big steal by Sean Sullivan and Marie's
won
round. But
8,
then
by the
Marie
way,
showing
if
a lot
anyone's
of
wondering
rookie
my
resolve.
progress.
Christian coming back and having a perfect round after that. So we'll see how Sean does right now. 5 questions. And your first one is, for 2 points, who tells Anakin that he's the most gifted Jedi he's ever met?
That would be Sheev Palpatine.
Sheev Palpatine, yeah.
A lot of Palpatine here today.
I call him the
All right,
Emperor.
all
He's
right.
not the Emperor yet.
Every time I
but
hear
she's
the name,
Chancellor.
I just say, why? Why?
All right.
Sheev.
Next question.
Next question. 2 more points. How long was Shmi missing after being kidnapped by the Tusken Raiders before Anakin arrived on Tatooine?
A month.
A month.
Wow. It was 1 month. That is correct.
I knew
2
it
more
before
points.
he said it, so it still counts.
We move on. This could possibly tie the match. What kind of creature does Anakin ride on in the grassy field on Naboo?
That would be a shack.
Wow,
Okay.
that's impressive. Impressive
is.
so far by Sean Sullivan. Here we go. Here's the next one.
We're tied. Sully looking to take a big lead here heading into round number 3. He can do so with his penultimate question. In Attack of the Clones, on Kamino, how many clones were said to be, quote, ready for war?
200,000.
Yeah.
With a million more well on the way. That is 2 more points. It's a 2-point lead.
units.
Sully looking to have a 4-point lead,
34,
possibly
and a million
going into the
more
final
on the
round.
way.
Here we go.
I think I missed a
Attack
point.
of the Clones, your final question in round 2, Sean. Yoda calls the mind of a child truly wonderful as it is what?
Say what now? Truly wonderful the mind of a child is...
I'm going to go ahead and go with multiple choice on this
Yeah.
Okay. Going to give you 4 options for a point. Is it A, imaginative, B, patient, C, kind, or D, uncluttered?
Imaginative.
Imaginative.
That is incorrect. So for a big 1-point steal, Maria, I'm going to give you the question and your options again, then you can wager a guess.
Yoda was a man
Yoda
of
calls the
few
mind
words,
of a
but
child truly
those words were
wonderful
important.
as it is what? Is it A, imaginative, B, patient, C, kind, or D, uncluttered?
Oh, it's
Gonna
uncluttered.
go
I
with
thought it was uncultured.
uncluttered.
Just like Molly the Wonder Dog's
Wow.
mind is, that is correct for a point. And Christian,
And I
we
knew
got
that
a
made a
ball
big
game.
different answer.
Big steal. That was a big steal by
I'm not gonna
Marie.
give myself
All
a
right,
point
so
for
now
that
we
one. I
get
still
to
missed it.
the final round number 3. Mark, what are the rules for round number 3?
The rules of round number 3, no more
11
stealing.
is
Okay,
my
we've had enough
point
drama
so
in
far.
that. You each get a set of questions to answer, 3 questions for each of you. How do we get those questions? You need to give us some help. We need 3 numbers from each of y'all. You may not pick the same numbers because each number corresponds to a unique category of Star Wars trivia goodness. Your number range is 1 to 20. Any integer within there is fine. Your first question is going to be a 2-pointer. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far? All indications are we will, is worth 5 big points, 5 of the biggest points of this young season for each competitor, Christian. And it is still a 1-point advantage for Sean Sullivan. So, Sean, you get to give us your 3 numbers first, then we're going to get Marie's lucky numbers. What feels fortunate?
Let's go 4, 5,
Sean's
6.
in the lead so far.
4, 5, and 6 for Sean. And
Is that a
for Marie?
Torchwood reference?
8, 12, 16.
All right, Shannon, you got 60 seconds to talk to Sean starting now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, we got a 1-point advantage. That's awesome. We need it, quite frankly. And by the way, your steal is much bigger than hers. They act like everything's so great that she does, and everything he does is like meh. Okay, but that's because we're disrespected. But you came into this knowing
That's
that,
true. I
so
mean,
that doesn't bother you, does it?
We knew where we stand.
Exactly. And we know where we're going to stand at the end of this round, which is on
Right,
top
Pikachu?
of the usual suspects' heads. But that's neither here nor there. You got your 2 JTs left. Totally fine. Use them as you need them. Make sure you're listening to those questions. Don't overthink it. Don't underthink it. You know how the question writers like to throw you off. You know exactly what to expect here, all right? So you stay above water here. You keep your cool and you do what you do best.
All right, Sam, you got 60 seconds starting now.
Did you see that? Did you see how Shannon tried to tell him, like, oh, this is a huge steal. Our steal was so much bigger. They should have a 4-point lead right now. They have a 1-point lead. That's a massive difference. Oh, that was adorable. She's talking to him like, oh, you're this great rookie. He's not a rookie. You're the rookie. This is your first match ever, and you're crushing it.
He's always
I don't know what
somehow
that lip service
able to
was.
find
I am so proud of you.
the positives
you are
in every
doing
situation
so great.
that happens
1
to
point is nothing in the 3rd round. So you're going to get questions thrown at you. All you have to do is get 1 question correct, and it kicks back to him, and then we're off and running. Okay? You got this. I believe in you. The suspects believe in you. You ready?
Ready.
And now we begin. All right, Marie, you chose category number 8. Category number 8 for your 2-point question. It's in the realm of heroes. Heroes. Okay. In Return of the Jedi, which rebel leader proclaimed, "The Emperor has made a critical error and the time for our attack is now"?
Mon Mothma. No, wait, no. No. It wasn't Jen
Mon Mothma.
It's correct. 2 points.
was?
Big pull by Marie.
Okay,
She gets it.
okay, I'm
She
giving
gets it
myself a
there, and
point.
it bounces back to Sean. All right. So he chose
Whoever spoke before she
Number 4.
It was
is
one.
the number. You went 4, 5, and 6. Thanks for the chronology there, Sean. Your 4, Jim Harbaugh's number, corresponds to your 2-point question in the world of the Clone Wars.
Oh boy.
They made a movie out of it, and you get a 2-point question, and here it is. Who voices Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars?
That'd be James Arnold Taylor.
Arnold Taylor, yes.
Friend of the show, and it's worth 2 points and a 1-point lead now, once again, for Sean Sullivan.
No point for me. I
All
would've
right,
gotten
so now
it,
we
but
get
I had too many
to
names
Marie,
floating
who
in my
chose
head.
category number 12.
I
Category
could have
number
repeated
12.
it. I could have gotten it, but
Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. All right, here is the
who's going to go with
question.
Aaron Taylor Johnson? There's a Taylor in there.
What is the name of
Jonathan
the
Taylor Thomas.
Varactyl, Varactyl, that Obi-Wan rides on Utapau?
Boga.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Boga.
for 3 points. Marie,
came
thank
to
you
me
so
a
much
few
for
seconds
not
before
letting me
she
read
said
that
it,
again.
so
All right,
that's
so
a point
3
for me.
points
The
there.
previous one
Wilson
wasn't.
with 22, Sullivan with 20. Back to Sullivan now with category 12.
Back to Sullivan with category 5, as a matter of
Yes,
fact.
five.
Right.
12 was more.
But you're still thinking about the Varactyl.
That's right.
All right. Sean, you can grab the lead once again, but in order to do it, you're going to have to navigate your way through the category of who said it. These are Star Wars quotes.
I said it.
And your question for the lead. Who says, if we can make it to the ground, we'll take the next chance and the next, on and on until we win or the chances are spent?
Who said it? Poe Dameron.
That would be Cassian Andor.
That is incorrect. Channeling her inner Lombardi, it was Jyn Erso.
Right movie,
Okay.
wrong character. So Sean misses that one. We stick with Sean Sullivan here, who's got to hit this 5-pointer. So what an interesting turn of events we have now. Sean Sullivan has to hit his 5. If he hits his 5, it bounces back to Marie, who will try to win it with her 5. However, if Sean does not hit this, then Marie Wilson will win the game. All right. So Sean has category 6.
That's right, Christian. Sam Levine's words could prove prophetic, but in order for that to occur, Sean would have to miss a question that I feel is in a category that corruption loves, because he has chosen villains. And your 5-point question for the lead. What is the name of the Imperial general who informs Tarkin that there is a rebel incursion on Scarif in Rogue One?
Oh, wow! That's a good question.
Five, 4,
JT.
3. Second one.
Yep. You got one JT rule remaining. Your category is villains. The question: what is the name of the Imperial general who informs Tarkin that there is a rebel incursion on Scarif in Rogue One?
I gotta read that book again. They probably say it in the book.
4, 3.
JT.
Last one.
All right. In the category of villains, the question for 5 points: what is the name of the Imperial general who informs Tarkin that there is a rebel incursion on Scarif in Rogue One?
General Coda.
And your winner, ladies and
gentlemen,
Marvelous Marie Wilson! Marvelous Marie comes back with the victory. The answer was marked General Romedy. Romedy, R-O-M.
And I knew that answer too.
Look at that.
Of course you did.
Wow. So, wow. Unbelievable. Marie, congratulations. Sam, congratulations. We're going to drop you guys out here. You're going to be with Jen Sturger in just a moment. Mark, that was impressive. As Sam said, she stayed in the pocket. She didn't. Her first match, she stayed in there because Sullivan looked great. Sullivan looked great. And he was just answering things left and right. And Shannon was right. He had a very crucial steal in that round. It was a nice round 2 steal, and it fell apart for him in that third round because Marie looked solid, man.
It was just, I mean, it really went down to the last act of Rogue One is how razor thin this match was. And Christian, I go back to that steal that Sean Sullivan had against Marie, and most rookies, virtually all rookies, would just crumble underneath the weight of, no, I gave that away. You know, you can't give away points, especially in a match this close. She not only came back, she got a steal off of Sullivan to make it that much closer in round 3. I would have said this win or lose. I love having Sean Sullivan in the league now. He's going to have a great sophomore season, I'm sure. Marie Wilson, that was a marvelous performance. To you and your family, welcome to our family.
We're happy to have her, and we are now. And I can hear Justin Hamilton screaming Alabama pride right now. And we are going to go
I love Justin.
to Jen Sturger, who is with the victorious, marvelous Marie Wilson, and usual suspects, 2 wins in a row here. Sam Levine, who's got to be riding cloud high. Here we go.
Sam, that look on your face says everything. How great does it feel to start off season 8 like this?
I cannot tell you how proud I am of this young lady, Marie Wilson, who has absolutely made her mark on the Schmoedown today, has introduced herself to this league with a bang. Way to go.
So last year, you didn't even really have an IG presence or a Star Wars presence, and now it seems you've got both. It's like, what made you focus on this during the off season so much?
Obviously it was something that the usual suspects were lacking last year, so I felt so good about having the trio of Liz Shannon Miller, Ethan Irwin, and Drew McWeeny. So when it came to what I wanted to do in the draft, that I was able to grab Marie, that I was able to grab Amadou Moses, those were miracles. That somehow these other managers, that somehow they were just, willing to give away their first round draft picks. Guess that might have been a mistake. I don't know. But I am so jazzed to have Marie playing, to have Amadou Moses both victorious in their opening matches in Schmoedown Season 8 and getting the suspects, boom, right in second place. I'm so happy. So yeah, so far, focusing draft heavy on IG and Star Wars seems to be working.
Marie, obviously, we've heard so much about the legends of your Dragon Con experience. What was it like competing in the Schmoedown, though, versus Dragon Con, and how do you feel like that experience prepared you for this one?
Oh, man, that was a lot of fun. That was great. And I just want to point out that both of Sean's last 2 questions, I knew the answer to.
Of course you did, because you're a champion.
So I guess just hitting the books hard, just like really knowing this stuff, knowing everything, like not just doing a brief overview, but like knowing it all. And so I was prepared for that with Dragon Con because I was having to know all the books and all ridiculous number of episodes of the Clone Wars. So yeah, for this, it was just like the movies, and I had to know the movies. And so I was like, I can do this. I know that I can do this.
Were you ever at it at all? I feel like every time, even if you missed, you just got right back into it. How did you stay in that mindset the entire game? Because let's face it, starting off the season with a match against corruption as a rookie is no easy feat. Like we all become targets of Shannon Barney.
Yeah. No, I felt super focused the whole time. I was just hyper focused on the questions. What are the questions? And listening, because that's a big deal, is being able to hear the questions. When you're doing a watch along, you can read the questions. So just really being able to listen so just honing in on that focus.
Absolutely. So, Marie, Sam, what's next? Do you want another Schmoedown vet? Do you want a Dragon Con player? Like, where does the road take us from here?
I'm going to Disneyland. Whatever Marie wants to do, I'll back her play, though.
Calm down, Sam. It's a little early for that.
Is it?
Plus, I don't even know if they're open yet.
Probably not.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, congratulations again, Marie. It's been an absolute pleasure watching your first competition here, and I cannot wait to see what you do in this league. Sam, Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I owe it all to my great players and this woman here, Marie Wilson. Way to go.
Thank you
Back
so
to you
much.
Some happy kids there, Christian.
Yeah, so it's a big victory for Marie Wilson. It's a big victory for Sam, man. I mean, like as Jen said, last year he'll say it himself. He was weak in that part of his repertoire. He didn't have Star Wars. He didn't have IG. Yesterday, Amaru wins that match. Today, Marie Wilson wins, and he finds himself 1 point behind the Dungeon. The Dungeon had that 7-point win with Mara, and he's gotten those 2 wins, and now he finds himself in second place. I don't think he was in second place all last year. So that's a good start for him. And I think that his strategy and the way that he drafted and what he's been looking at, I think you can tell that Sam's focus seems to be paying off because he did his research, and Marie absolutely played wonderful. It doesn't take away from how good Sean Sullivan played, though. And I know we're about to hear. I can only imagine. I already see Shannon looks like she's slamming on the glass already to start talking to Jen. So I can only imagine what's coming here in just a moment. But they played great. It was a phenomenal match and a great Star Wars match. That wasn't a big number one contender match or a title match. It just showed this division is a solid division.
Yeah, we know what a competitor Sean Sullivan is. We know what a proponent of the Schmoedown he is. So it's natural to feel some sadness, some even regret at missing a question or two. But all this guy has to do is get back up on that horse, dust himself off, and take it from Marie. You just keep hitting the books, even though we're watching movies, and you say, I'm going to keep plowing my way through this season because Sean has a lot of wins ahead of him as long as he doesn't get too bogged down with, I can't believe I lost that match. He lost to a great competitor today, but he is also a worthy opponent.
All right, well, we are with Sean Sullivan, Jen Sturger, and Shannon Barney. Here we go.
Thanks so much for that intro, Christian. You sounded very confident in my ability to keep the wheels on this thing. Shannon, I know that this is not the way you wanted to start the season, but let's face it, if we learned anything from last season, it's never count out the queen, especially given the very beginning of the season.
I mean, this is exactly how we started off last season. So I'm not feeling too bad about being here because you all saw exactly how our season played out last year. I personally think it's so cute that Sam finally won a couple matches and now he thinks he's got the season on lock. What a dumbass. That's some rookie behavior out of Sam Levine there. For a manager who doesn't do crap for his players, settle down, sir. You've had 2 matches. I will say, we sat down with Marie Wilson. We knew she was good. We like to ruffle our feathers and peacock around, but we know talent when we see it. And yeah, maybe I had to sacrifice a couple spots to get the rest of my talent in line. And I had to sacrifice some good players, some good rookies. I understand that. I've had Sam just said in the chat that I've had 2 mimosas. No, sir, I've only had 1 orange juice in a champagne glass. Thank you very much. Maybe you should have 1 yourself to loosen up a little bit. Anyway, what were you saying, Jen? What is going on?
You lost Laura Kelly, obviously, in the offseason. You talked about putting your team back together, and obviously it didn't come completely back the way you would like it to. How confident are you in Sullivan filling her shoes, essentially, because she had big shoes to fill?
Well, first of all, we're not talking about Laura Kelly because Laura Kelly's not here playing a match for corruption right now. It's about Sean Sullivan. It's about him being part of our family. It's about him being embraced fully and completely into the study habits. And who says Laura Kelly isn't helping Sean Sullivan too? Ooh. We are so happy to have Sullivan on our team. He has been working his butt off. He is in study sessions with us. And I love how Marie is she's so excited about the Schmoedown. It's and we're studying and I do things and I'm just reading stuff and watching movies as if she's the only one who does it. I mean, great job on the win. Welcome to the show. You'll do fine, honey. But Sean is next level. That 2-point steal was incredible. He had a rough round 3. Big freaking deal. Everyone does. And guess what?
Yeah, that's true.
What?
I had 1.
The whole thing about, his 3 and 5, I knew it. Guess what's going to happen when you miss your 3 and 5 against your next opponent there, Marie? They're going to know your answer too. Because that's just how the Schmoedown
That's just how it happens.
Get too excited for yourself.
Sean, where do you feel like the wheels kind of fell off during this match?
Doggy.
I don't think the wheels ever did. I think I ended up with, with 2 questions that I simply didn't have quick recall on. I'll be quite honest. I don't know that 5-point general, just like I lost last season on a ton question. I mean, ultimately it's the Schmoedown. It's the Star Wars Schmoedown. We saw in Laura and Molly's match. There's a few questions that one competitor doesn't know. And guess what? That just means the other competitor wins. What it comes down to, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I got nothing. Go ahead.
Well, now it's just gotten weird. So I was going to say, does this more speak to the level of questions that are being written, and also just to the just surplus of talent that we have in the Star Wars division now? I feel like before we used to be doing that dance where it was the same 3 people we were seeing all the time, and now it's just like the division's gotten so deep, the questions have gotten so deep, and I feel like it keeps competitors like yourself on their toes.
Well, you're right about one thing. The division has gotten really deep with a bunch of names no one knows or cares about. My goal this year, whatever my next match is, it's going to be a win. Yeah, I lost this one. It's not hitting me that hard. You know what I mean? This isn't a tournament. We're down 3-4 points, something like that. If you look at the standings last season, who was in the lead at the start of last season? The Den. Finstock Exchange.
Yeah.
With corruption on the bottom of the ladder. I'm much happier here than
at how
anywhere
it
else
ended.
on that ranking board.
Totally hear that. Shannon, you got a big match tomorrow coming up with Marisol. With this loss, how important is tomorrow for you?
Oh my god, these questions are so stupid. They're so dumb, Jen. Like, again, what did we just go over? How did my season start last year? Loss after loss after loss. Yes, we all remember that. How did my season end last year? With a championship trophy. So whatever happens to Marisol tomorrow, win or lose, I'm proud to have her back. She's going to be ready to go to war, because that's what Marisol does, okay? Sean's not going to let a loss bother him. Marisol's not going to let a loss bother her. Marisol's not going to let a win overinflate her ego. She's here to play, and we're ready to get her there. So don't ask me stupid questions. And where is Christian Harloff? Where is that big imbecile? Where is he?
Whoa.
You know what? I'll send it back to him right now. Christian, have at it.
I like that I can hide now. That's
Yeah.
I know.
You might want to get some canned goods and a couple more brews in that little cave you have there, and just stay there for the rest of the season.
Just when I thought I got away from Grace. No.
Did you want to wager a response to Shannon, or you just want to talk about how Sully seems to have a pretty good attitude? He's handling the loss well, and he's ready for more action.
He is, and he will be back. And Shannon's absolutely right, though. Again, I don't like to give the woman credit, but it's true. They were in this position last year, and she's as scary as she is an absolute. She's an incredible manager. She won Manager of the Year because of what she did, the way she rallies her troops. She's able to get people fired up, and she did exactly that last year. She won the Inner Geekdom tournament. She got both of her competitors to the final. Laura Kelly got very far. She won the singles tournament. She won the teams championship. She won the singles championship. So she's a phenomenal manager. I don't necessarily love her methods, but they work. So either way, we're going to find out what's going to happen. And as Jen said, tomorrow, Shannon is back. And Marisol McKee makes her season 8 debut, and it is a big one, folks, because she is going up against Vinny Mancuso, who is with Swag, and we get to see Winston once again. And this is a very interesting match because there was so much hype on Marisol McKee. Shannon mentioned she had all these picks that she didn't have. It's because she traded them away to get Marisol back. So is that going to work out? We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we talk about the pressure that Sean might have felt having to sort of follow in Laura's footsteps. Marisol, a lot of pressure having all those picks traded for her. Now you feel the weight of maybe 2 or 3 individuals on you to perform. And for Winston Marshall tomorrow, Christian, I just hope him and Vinny get along okay. It seems a bit of a rocky start for Swag, so maybe he can be friends with the ice pick.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Changer seems to be making some moves that I don't necessarily understand them, but we'll find out more. And thank you to you guys. So if you are joined up to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon, thank you. If you're not, you should be, because this Friday, not only tomorrow, do we have the big Marisol match versus Vinny, then tomorrow night, Dan Murrell, Jeff Snyder. They go head-to-head in the first ever pay-per-view versus, so make sure you are a $10 patron, or you can go to schmoedownlive.com and purchase it there. I want to thank Mark Ellis. I want to thank our great crew over at Skybound, and thank you to everybody who participated here today. Congratulations to Marvelous Marie Wilson with the big win, and we will see you tomorrow.
Wow. 2 wonderful, great matches. Great way to open up the rookie season. mostly. This is my score today. Now, I will admit it's lower than my Inner Geekdom one, which I did for Amaru Moses and Jesse the Jackal Swift. But yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some. That's just the way it goes. In any case, great debut for Marie Wilson. I will say, though, both Amaru and Marie, they both played, and they will be the first to tell you this, they both played a bad game and they still won. I'm curious to see what kind of game they can play at their absolute best. But, yeah, so, yeah. Tough luck for Sean. I mean, he got some really, really tough categories and questions, especially in round number 3. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. And Marie didn't need to answer her 3 and her 5. And, well, I guess that, like I said, that's just the way the Schmoedown is sometimes. But I think, looking over at Marie Wilson's career, it's probably not going to be her first match that will determine how her Schmoedown career will be. It'll be her second and third matches that will really show us some more insight into how good of a competitor she really is. So she did great. She didn't quite catch the game, especially in round 2. She gave away 2 points because she could have thought about it more. She could have used her JTEs. She could have chosen to go for multiple choice. It's okay. It's rookie mistakes. Everyone makes these types of mistakes. That's no throwing shade on her. Just, not the best game, but she can be a wonderful competitor. And she beat Damon once. I'm confident she can do it again. Is it going to be this year? We'll see. Maybe. Is it going to be eventually? Definitely. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that front. And that's basically all I have to say regarding these 2 matches. Now I gotta go get some sleep because I gotta wake up early tomorrow morning. See you then. See you guys next time there's a Schmoedown match for me to watch and react to. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Goodbye, everybody. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.